I am already scared of this chapter solely because of the title. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact: I do open to have it on and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact: y'all explained it so well, though. Y'all explained it so well. I still feel weird about the end of the aging arc. I just do, but y'all right, because really, it doesn't have to follow domain expansion rules. And honestly, we just don't know enough about the metaphysics of this universe. We just don't. We know a whole lot about it in the general sense. We have general cliff notes information about it, but we legit just do not have enough hardcore, hardline evidence to not make the ending of the arc make perfect sense. And within the context of how the arc is set up, the ending makes perfect sense. Even if it is kind of crazy that being as big as aging was dragged all the way in and out of Denji, I'm glad Fujimoto didn't draw that haunt my nightmares. But it still was an interesting thing. But obviously that arc is now over. We probably aren't going to see aging ever again, considering the nature of that deal that it made, which is kind of unfortunate. I actually did like aging as a character, and considering the title of this chapter is "'Cause I'm a D," I seemed pretty appropriate. We were just dealing with one of the more powerful D's last chapter. But overall, I'm so excited for this next upcoming arc. I still give the aging arc an overall, realistically, from everything it included, I guess it really depends on what you determine the aging arc. Do you include the Yoru Pochita battle and the around the world? Can I say that? I am risking it. The around the world long range Spagooter D. When does the aging arc start? Because if it starts with Nayuta's head coming off, then it's straight P. It's straight a 9 to 10 out of 10 arc. I only have minor issues at the end, even though it makes perfect sense because I'm me. That's just there's no real flaws in arc. It has great Denji character development. The only character who kind of gets underserved is Asa, kinda. But even then, not really. She still has a good time there, too. Overall. So, I don't know. It is just a real solid arc. So I'm excited for this next one. So let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 191, because I'm a D. Let's see. Oh, darn. Alright, so looks like, yeah, that's the thing. They ended up working together, but they still are, for all intents and purposes, enemies. Let's see. We've taken your other friends into our custody. Not that I expect such a barging, but why can I not read? We've taken your other friends into our custody. Not that I expect such a bargaining chip to mean anything to you guys. Especially considering, are they really friends? Any individual, they were associates at best. And I do mean at best. I wouldn't even say they're friends. They were people who were around in the general vicinity. And plus, you don't really have much influence over this group in particular. And by this group, I mean you took away the one thing that Denji cared about. Now he doesn't really care anymore. He doesn't care about anything. That was the whole point of the last arc. And even if you did find something else to care about, the whole resolution he had last arc was, I don't care, because I'm just gonna get another one because I'm the named character of this manga. Suffering is just kind of how I do. So ultimately, yeah, that means nothing to him. Yoru or Asa even probably didn't have any attachment to these people on top of that. And then, of course, Fami couldn't care less. In fact, I still don't know whose side Fami's on fully, considering she does seem to be working with public safety somewhat. So overall, I don't know. Let's see. Cafe SS. Okay, so it seems like they're still in the place from last chapter. Let's see. Ugh. Let me get this straight. While I was Pochita, while I was Chainsaw Man, everybody but us got caught by you guys. Pochita got his butt handed in by Asa, and also wrecked Tokyo with the Statue of Liberty. But see, I feel like you're leaving us with, she was literally armless. And of course she was fighting with one arm to begin with. She was already down an arm. And that was, Yoshida's fault. But, brother, Pochita give him some more time. The man got blitzed from halfway across the planet because he wasn't expecting it. Yoru hits him once and doesn't hit him again. Come on now. Come on. He got his butt whooped by Asa is a little extreme. Alright? Don't knock down my glorious King Pochita. Though, I'll admit, Asa did put up a good fight. But that's the thing. It still goes to show how weak they still both are. In spite of all the amps both Chainsaw Man and Yoru have been getting from the whole current state of the world, with the Fire D being used as a conduit for fear of Chainsaw Man, and obviously the fear of Chainsaw Man leading to the riot of the common people against the Chainsaw Man Church, leading to the rising of war as a concept, and honestly, you're getting more powerful. Since aging really did come in out of their own reality and just diff them viciously, no sacrifices needed, they're not ready for the big D. They're not ready for Big Mommy Death to slap her meat on the table and be like, hey, like they're just nowhere near ready. If that was Pochita and Asa's, or Pochita and Yoru's peaks, the strongest version of both of these two characters, if that was their peaks, they're kind of cooked still. So they're gonna need more. They're gonna need more. Oh, interesting. So we are specifically sticking with Asa, at least if her sweating and eyes are any indication, while Fami's just chilling. And interesting though, Fami is sitting on the side of our fellow hybrids, while not actually aligning with public safety here. Very interesting. Let's see. And Asa did in fact wreck Tokyo with the statue. The thing is that, like, it wasn't really, it was what was inside the statue. I wonder what that was like. I'm sorry. Like, the calls between, I believe it was France? I think France gave the Statue of Liberty? Like, I know the calls between America and France were like, you hit what? In what? like, wait, what do you mean that was sealed in there? Then again, when was the idea of the long-range polluter invented? I actually don't know. I'm not gonna look that up, because I'm scared. But, like, I forget when the Statue of Liberty was. Did those exist at that? I mean, probably. Or at least, like, the general concept, possibly. Let's see. Yep. Ugh. Yeesh. I know we were built like that for real, especially her. Let's see. Darn, girl. Your arm regrew, too. It's like something ain't right with you. Are you just now figuring that, like, I guess he doesn't know. He doesn't have contact. Like, hey. Nayuta never. Actually, now I think about it, I will say this. And this may be verbatim. Oh, she's going to reveal it all. All right, whatever. Okay, Yor, drop the lore. But tap my dome piece. We did not get enough Nayuta. Like I'll be if that true. Like that's kind of the one thing. But of course, it's like a me biased thing versus like what's actually good or bad, or like it's not. I wouldn't say it's like bad writing or anything, but like, if that truly is the end of Nayuta as a character, we got nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. Like, nah. Especially considering how Fujimoto did it, to Nayuta escaping to her head on a plate. Like, it just, like, obviously it hit for Denji. And that's what I always got to think about, right? Like, especially as a writer myself. I understand. Sometimes you introduce characters to kill them. It's like a law of right. I found out myself. Like, I've made characters, conceptualized them, done concept art for them, written out their entire plot, knowing that I'm going to execute them. Specifically for the sake of my characters who won't be executed. Because death in storytelling hits for the characters in that moment, and hits for the reader specifically in that moment, but ultimately for the death to have lasting impact, it needs to have impact on the character involved that's still alive and going to still be a part of your narrative. So I get it, but very specifically, even in the moment, I just got the shock of it. I didn't really feel anything. That's my only thing. That's why I feel like Nayuta should have gotten more time, because I don't think she's coming back. Like, I think that was genuinely her head, and I think Denji's whole arc in the aging arc was very specifically to just get over that and not really care. So like, Nayuta now feels like a wasted plot point. I'm not gonna lie. Especially considering we ended part 1 with her reveal and resurrection. I guess we need to give Denji something that we could actually... That's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, we had to give Denji something he could care about, that he could actually sacrifice, that was at least humanoid. Like, he had the cats. And, like, the dogs. He had Meowie and the dogs. But, like, they aren't human. So I guess... Or at least humanoid, because obviously Nayuta isn't human either. But still, I don't know. That's kind of a weird, it's a weird application. I may have to make a whole video talking about, like, the application of Nayuta. And of course, I'll have to reread all of part 2. Because once again, I haven't been overly consistent with it. I've read through the entire thing, but, like, that's only been once. So maybe on a reread it'll hit different. But I swear, Nayuta probably has less than, in this 191 chapter manga, she probably has less than 5 chapters of screen time. If that. Okay, maybe that's a little long. But, like, 10. And that sounds like a lot. But considering how sparse and spread out it is, and I'm gathering all the pages in one collective, and how little time we had with her as reader, it just isn't really that much for anyone to care. And once again, it looks like Denji just moved on from it. So, like, it's a weird way, especially considering, like, she's the culmination of part 1's entire narrative. Like she's the point of that. So that being undermined and just shot out the window. Not my favorite writing choice. I want to, but then again, I'm thinking of how I'm writing my story and the characters I have to execute. Or not, I don't have to, but the characters I'm going to execute. for the sake of my character's character development. I'm like, I guess I'm not giving them too much more time either, in the grand scheme of things. But that may make me retroactively go back and add more. I'll see. Something ain't right with you. Very well. I'll reveal my true identity. You see, I am the wardee. I'm actually Yoru, Asa's other... Well, I guess technically that is like a grammatically correct statement. She is the other personality. But like, you do come with like unique perks that's more than just another personality. Like, the powers are all you. She even has those in base without you controlling. So like, that's like a perk. It's weird, like, I wouldn't, like, for example, but then again, I guess it's comparably just another personality. Because I believe in universe, her eyes never change and the scar never goes away. She always has that. That shifting is only for us as readers to be able to visually identify Asa and Yoru and who's talking at what time. I think, correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure that was like either confirmed by Fujimoto or just like a common assumption that seems to make the most sense and explains why no one else has ever noticed the difference, even though a massive scar appearing on Asa's face and disappearing depending on all the time, and obviously her eyes going from dull brown to bright glowing yellow, like that would obviously be a big giveaway, but no one's ever questioned it. So in universe, I'm assuming that they're always that bright, double ringed yellow, and she always has a scar. But all that being the case, it is, I guess you could just call her another personality, because unlike Denji and Pochita, or really any of the other hybrids, it's not like she undergoes a drastic mutation. It's just the eyes and the scar. She still maintains a mostly humanoid form. Meanwhile, Pochita, or even just regular Chainsaw Man that Denji transforms into, his hybrid state, it is, for all intents and purposes, a completely different thing that Denji still happens to be in control of, and then Pochita takes control of the major, complete transformation body. So, I guess she's just the other personality. Huh? For real? Scary? You're nuts. Yeah, not wrong. Like, not an incorrect assessment, Denji. Let's see. I'm sorry. That's kind of a lie. I'm not really. Let's see. I know, right? Aren't I terrifying? I mean, in terms of, like, the destruction you can wreak, yeah. But, like, how do I put this? I feel like most people are convinced they wouldn't. Well, actually, no, because the pit bulls are like widely scary. Like, think about the general size of like a full-grown pit bull. They're not actually like that large. They will whoop you. And I think the same thing. Like, if you were to see a chimp, obviously a lot of them are ripped. So like maybe like the average chimp would beat the brakes off the regular human. Just the regular untrained unit. Like, the average, it just would wash you. But considering how small and normal looking it is, you probably wouldn't think about that. Or, I guess maybe a more equivalent example here, staying just purely in the human realm. 9 out of 10 times, if you see, like, an MMA or boxer or a fighter of any kind, Muay Thai fighter, in regular, like, street clothes or, heaven forbid, baggy clothes, and they're a lightweight, you would have no idea that they could beat the brakes off you. And I think that's the same thing with Yoru, technically. She has the power to literally ravage and decimate entire nations at her fingertips, and now, literally, she ate her kids. That came out weird. So did her kids. But, like, she has that power at her fingertips. But, like, looking at her, I wouldn't automatically assume terrifying. I'd be like, oh, neat. I'll back away slowly. Let's see. Where's she put? What is she putting her feet up on? I'm so confused on the angle. Is she resting her foot on the speech bubble? They're in the middle of a cafe. Oh well, maybe it is. Let's see. The only reason you lot can calmly drink tea right now is because Asa's mind will break if I continue taking lives. Isn't that what you want though? Like, wouldn't that be more convenient? You don't want Asa. You want her body. Whoa. That also came out weird. But like you don't need Asa the personality, do you? I'm allowing you to live. You're puppets in the palm of my hand. Don't forget that. I really don't think you could run Fami's Fate. Is that crazy? I don't think you could run Fami's Fate. I think Fami still has you clocked. And I think if Pochita gets the right hit on you fast enough, I think he's got your number too. Once again, we still don't even know. Does she still have access to the big guy over is chilling in the Statue of Liberty? Or did, like, all the de-hunting forces in America be like, whoa, and immediately go and tame that thing? I don't know, Asa, you haven't used it in a little bit, but of course, or not Asa, you haven't used it in a little bit, but at the same time, who knows? Who knows? It may not be worth testing. The palm of your hand. For some reason, I don't know. It's because I'm still on. It's all the way over there. I'm still on like a Journey to the West, like, and I think it was so coincidental. It was I finished up Black Myth Wukong. Then I consumed a whole bunch of Black Myth Wukong videos as I script out the Black Myth Wukong explain video myself. So like I'm taking all the other people because I didn't understand it fully, so I'm doing that for Calvin. And then Overly Sarcastic Productions dropped their next part of Journey to the West. I'm like, oh, so I'm like so heavily inundated on Journey to the West. So and obviously Blue Lock. No, it's been forever since that was mentioned though. But something about the idea of dancing in the palm of somebody's hands that always just immediately goes to like in the palm of the Buddha's hand, who holds all things in creation. But like, oh. I guess that is a good I mean, ew. I didn't need to, like, that was another weird part of it. That was before the whole, like, Nayuta's head on the plate. And why is she low-key cool with it? Why is she low-key down with that fact? I'm blaming Asa because their emotions mix, but, like, that's not something to be, like, I mean, maybe it's something to be, I don't know. Let's see. So, which one of you, let's just say, yanked my accelerator? Asa or Yoru? Want to find out? How would you... I mean, for the two... But listen, like, are those arms biological, or are those still just her kids? Like, she's controlling them as if they're biological, but, like, are they just, like, really magically advanced prosthetics? Or did her arm actually come back and now she's just wearing gloves? I don't know. Let's see. Denji's like, well, shoot, maybe. The embodiment and concept of war. Slather my meat like that kind of went crazy. Let's see. Just... I'd say this revokes his character development, but this is still technically part of his character development. He admitted that all of his problems came from the fact that he was undeniably down bad, but, like, he also reneged that kind of sort of and was like, well, you know, life is life. I'm gonna keep living, no matter what. I don't really think I'm gonna die anytime soon. So I might as well enjoy it. So he's enjoying it. Yes, please! Why do neither of you look more... Okay, I get... She's just strange. Fumiko strange. But Yoshida, why don't you look more disappointed? If anything, you... This is like tacit approval, dog. No! Let's see. Family... Thank you. I still don't trust her as far as I can throw her, and I probably could throw that far. But Family at least looks slightly disappointed. I'll do it if you eat your own hand. He could unironically... Would he regenerate as he did that? Have we seen him drink his own blood? Like, would he be able to, like, and then pop the hand out and then just be there again? Because then he consumed blood to regenerate. I don't know. Let's see. I'll do it if you eat your own hand. And, okay, at least... I was going to say at least we're cutting away from it and not considering it. But here I see Denji in this middle panel literally eating his own hand. Are any of you that down bad? Are any of you... Would you do it? Would you nibble on your own hand? Not even in particular, but like... Say your celebrity crush came up to you. And was like... I'll do it. But you have to eat your own hand. Would you even consider it? Maybe... Well, we can't regenerate. Like, presumably eating your own hand doesn't matter as long as you can regenerate. And then you can regenerate. So like... Say you had to lick somebody else's toe. Well, some people are into feet. That's the thing. Now they've been on the internet for so long, I know there's so many things that people would do for anything. It's like, I don't know. You have to go fist fight a grizzly bear. You won't die, but like, you definitely ain't coming out the same. As long as they do that. You doing it? You lean with it? You right? I'm not. It's never has been and never been that deep. Never has been and never will be. But I know there's going to be some people in the comments who want to fight a grizzly bear. Probably specifically for this character, which is crazy. I was like, you burnt Chainsaw Man to cinders. You ought to believe you've beaten him. So why haven't you turned him into a weapon? Because I don't think, like, she didn't get the absolute dub. She didn't hit the 100% victory royale. It's like a 50-50 coin toss. Where, like, she won, but she didn't, like... She beat him in the sense that he left, but, like, she landed that one hit, right? And then, like, I think it was, like, 2 hits. I think it was, like, the first hit when the arms first came. They came through and blew up Vegeta's arm. And then she fired, and then that was another hit. That was it. Overall, like, Vegeta was still giving her that work. So why haven't you turned him into a weapon? Wasn't that one of your goals? That is a good question. Or why? Oh. I suppose that is true, now that she mentions it. Look at him. He's already eating out of my hand. Isn't he cute? You know what? I just drank water. Do that when you're thirsty. But, maybe yours just into that. Maybe yours is, maybe she's just into that. I keep trying to say, oh, it's Asa's feelings, oh, it's Asa's feelings, oh, it's... No, maybe she's just into that. He's my dog. All I need to do is show him a little affection, and he'll do anything. Yeah, but, like, he and Pochita are still separate organisms, kind of. They're linked, but, like, in order to get what you need from him, he still needs to turn into Pochita. Who likely will not, like, once again, we don't know. I mean, presumably, with how we've seen things work, it doesn't seem like Pochita digests things. His void dimension is just like a big old pocket space. So presumably, you're gonna have to go digging for a while, but, like, you can get there. But you still have to convince him. And as far as I know, Pochita isn't down bad. Let's see. I'm going to play with him a little first. Oh, so now you're disgusted. So now you're disgusted. Now you're... Oh. Especially you, Fumiko. I don't want to hear it or see it. Let's see. What's the move? Sounds fun. I'd like you to turn the Chainsaw Man into a weapon as soon as... Now that I think about it, I just glazed over that intensely. That may be anti-character development. That may be... I mean, like, once again, you could... That's a weird thing about aging our Denji's character development. Like, you could argue that ultimately him not caring about anything is the ultimate character development. He's reached, like, a... Maybe not even a false, but like a genuine nirvana for himself, where he like doesn't care about anything and doesn't have to worry about anything because he knows everything will be fine in the end because he's the protagonist. Like it could darn near be like an Undertale Deltarune meta-analysis on main characters and how they once they understand their main characters and will ultimately never die, like they're gonna be fine, and that he broke free from that. But you'd think he'd have some sort of more visceral reaction to being called a dog. Like, you know, the whole... That's the thing. It's the same... that's the thing. It's the same way I feel about Nayuta in the end of Part 1. Just like Nayuta's kind of the culmination of all of Part 1's story. And then she kind of just gets shoved to the sideline in Part 2. And then off-screened. And then we see her head. I feel like this is also a big thing. Like, we ended Part 1 with Denji very specifically searching for his own freedom. And very specifically not trying to be the tool of others. For the sake of physical whims. But now he's doing that again. And he doesn't even have any response to being called a dog. Like, I like that he is reacting to the idea that he'd be turned into a weapon. He's like, hey, don't do that. But at the same time, dude, you're back in the exact same situation you were at the end of Part 1 where you learned your lesson, but you aren't applying it. I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's a little wackadoodle. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Let's see. Hey, say what? Hey. Denji, you can bite off that hand. Stop sucking on it. Stop gargling. I know you've had entire men in you. You've had entire D's in you, bro. Deep in your throat. If you don't stop shucking on that hand and bite it off. Let's see. In fact, you've taken more lethal damage than that, buddy. Let's see. Your oldest sister, the death, D, will soon descend. No country on this earth has the means to prevent it. Even you and Chainsaw Man might be unable to do so. So much as stand on the same battlefield as her. I think they still get diffed, yeah. Let's see. However... if you could control Chainsaw Man as a mindless weapon, humanity has a chance of surviving and maybe even overcoming death. I doubt that. I still don't think either of them is powerful enough. And, like, of course, like, weapons that Yor creates do get an amp, but, like, it ain't that big an amp. If they were getting so viciously diffed by aging that their only recourse was to abuse aging's own realm against them while they were off guard, they're not beating death. Definitely. Especially considering the moment the Death D comes down, if it really feels like it can just point and kill them. Sure, they'll just end up in the underworld, but like still, that's a loss. I'm still not sure, like, genuinely, death in Chainsaw Man as like the D concept definitely feels almost I keep talking about it. You know, actually I honestly want to talk about Deltarune and Undertale forever in reference, but never having played them because I just find it funny. But It almost kind of feels like the roaring from Deltarune, where it's like, well, if that happens, the game's over, right? Like we lost. And like literally in Deltarune, if you give up after dying in a battle, like and thus the world was consumed by darkness, the roaring happens. So like, and then the same thing here. The moment D descends, you're cooked. Unless, but then again, main character powers. We'll see. Surviving and maybe even overcoming death. That's why you need me to. That's why you turned me into Chainsaw Man. He's like, that's why you killed. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You do care. Or at least someone. That's why you killed Nayuta? Yeah. Which is funny because Yoshido in particular was like, don't turn into Chainsaw Man. Don't. Won't you do it? We're gonna harm you. And then he turned into Chainsaw Man and then they harmed him. Let's see. I haven't forgotten our conversation in the H&D's world. Oh. Alright. I forgot their conversation in H&D's world. Let's see. If you'll be good and turn into a weapon, we'll let you slay us. I don't believe that anymore. Specifically for Fumiko. But even you, Yoshida, I still don't trust. Your existence is weird. Yoshida's whole existence, it's too strange for me to take anything he says or does at face value. Same thing with Fumiko. I don't know. We know genuinely little to nothing about these characters in the grand scheme of things. So, I don't know. Like, I still don't think there's not a single concrete explanation for the two Fumikos thing. That just happened. That just happened. So like, I wouldn't do it. And plus, I don't like. What does Denji get out of slaughtering you to? Nothing. And also, he still loses his free will, the one thing he actually kind of cares about. So no, let's see. Man, that's crazy. He just got a whole Spagooter on it. Yeah. Okay. So it's empty. Oh, interesting. She even flinches. Like, come on now. Click, click. Oof. I really thought you'd forgive us. For taking away his baby sister? Or his daughter surrogate? For the sake of turning him into... Like, what was he there even to forgive? Like, you didn't even apologize. What are you... Yoshida, you're a very smart character, man. I'll give you that, but like, what? I don't get that. But I do get leaving the Spagooter empty, because of course. But even then, I highly doubt that would kill him. I don't know, I just don't trust Yoshida. Let's see. You lying freak! Okay, Denji, if anyone's a freak here. Let's see. See, Denji? Aren't humans foolish? Lies and schemes are all they know. They lack the confidence to act on instinct. Isn't that rich coming from you? Like, you're all about lies and deceit. Well, maybe. It's hard to tell. Because I remember specifically when we were having the whole conflict of Yoru realizing that, or no, also realizing that, oh, Yoru is like a D. Like, she's an actual monster creature and animal. She may be able to walk and talk and speak like a human in my own body and speak to me, but only she's a creature of vast despair. I, back then, had said, oh, isn't that just like gaslighting and manipulation and scheming and lying and plotting? But a lot of y'all would point out, technically, no. Since Asa and Yoru share emotions and even a brain at this point, they should have to, like, basically Alien X-esque approve everything the other does, kind of, sort of. Or at least not actively get in the way. So, technically, if Yoru was thinking about gaslighting Asa, then Asa would have known that she was being gaslit. But at the same time, I don't know, Yoru. Something that doesn't sound right. Especially considering, like, lies and schemes have kind of been the main thing that every single D we've ever seen above, like, animal levels of sentience has. From aging, to Makima, to you. You? Like, but then again, I suppose she's not, once again, assuming that it's true. It's not like she's even telling the truth. She doesn't care. She wants everything to work under her way. Let's see. Huh? One strawberry cake. Thanks for your... Uh-oh. What's she do? Oh, strawberry cake weapon, I'm guessing? Oh, threw it at his face. Alright. Yoshida can never... Yo. And I thought I viewed too much. But Yoshida was like... Not everything needs a reaction. But darn. Hey! Don't waste food! That is true. I'm also a big... I don't even... Like... I've luckily enough, I've never had to worry about where my next meal is coming from so far in life. Thankfully. But... I've always been about that way. I hate wasting food. Especially if I ordered it. If I paid for it, then I'm eating it. Like I don't care if I'm full. I will go to the bathroom and force out a dump or something. I will do anything in my power. in order to make sure I finish it. I hate wasted food. So yeah, I agree with that either. Don't waste food. And that hits extra because of Denji was very, very, very food insecure. Let's see. Excuse me? Please, Denji, don't shove your hand back in your mouth. Please, Denji, don't shove your... He's going to shove his hand back in his mouth. I'm allowed to waste food because I'm a D. Ah, there we go. Bang. All right. Interesting. I don't think it's going to work. I don't know. I genuinely don't see Yoshida dying here. I mean, maybe he does, but considering we're ending on a cliffhanger, Yoshida does seem a bit shot. Like, I don't think so. I have no doubt. No, he's fine. But overall, an interesting chapter. A nice starting follow-up to the aging arc. Kind of, I mean, in the sense, it's finally getting rid of the dramatic irony that we kind of always knew about. Realistically, it's only getting rid of the dramatic irony for Denji, though. Like, because we know pretty much every single character here already knew of Yoru's existence. It's literally only Denji who was in the dark. So, getting rid of that dramatic irony for him is good. I'm happy. He's finally, like, aware of the thing that has been plaguing him forever. The mention of these other characters is nice, but once again, they're relevant to all the cast and crew here, so it doesn't really matter. Fami was dead silent this chapter, so like I have no idea where her allegiances stand, where her allegiances lie. Presumably she still wants to defeat her big sister too, so like I'm interested to see where she goes. Seeing Yoru really just take over this chapter. Asa doesn't get a word in and never shifts back, which is going to be an interesting dynamic. Ultimately, I still think Asa is the more interesting character of the two, while I will definitely respect Yoru's development. And Denji's characterization is something I'm very flip-floppy on. It's where I understand his character development is kind of anti-development in the sense that he just seeks whatever he wants to seek because freedom and stuff. I guess like I see it. I see the vision. I know what Fujimoto's going for, but I just don't like it because I feel like a lot of this stuff, except the only thing that felt like, oh wait, we're actually acknowledging Denji's character development and his anger and his feelings about it, is that's why you killed Nayuta. Like getting that mention of her, that's good. That makes it makes me feel like part one mattered. But the lack of reaction to being called a pet or a dog, shoving his hand in his mouth in order to get the meat, like it just doesn't. It doesn't really hit. Denji's a character, but then again, he is one of those characters where the plot progression isn't linear. He in a way, not the plot progression, the character progression isn't linear. And in a way, that is good quality top tier writing. I've learned many lessons in my life. I'm still learning them over and over again. Why do I record so late? I have time where I should just be recording, but I just don't. Like I need to keep learning that lesson over and over again. It's like, it's not even wrong for him to still run into these issues, but it always just feels weird. And like, it always feels like we're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward and 2 steps back sometimes. But I think it's true to form to human nature. So if anything, I respect Fujimoto's writing choice on that. But with that being the case, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave cake bang. I was going to leave another password, but it's a little bit too freaky. But leave cake bang in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I'm going to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1. These things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks will include the live reactions here of the series I am to review, and free variations of all my videos, and if you can become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do have a link to my Ko-Fi and stream down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, G Prosper, Planet Crone, Zeta, and Brandon Payne. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, and A+A. And then I'd like to give a huge thank you to our ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchiha, Yuki Ally, and Carlo Alaimo. Then I'd like to give a gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Overlord Zero, Waki Minos, and iDemokami. Then I'd like to give a final legendary top of the line thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, the glorious king, Calvin Elder.